Well, hello and welcome back to Talk and Tech Mom. It's been a while. I really stopped doing the videos because I felt I was getting too negative, and I felt that there was enough information going around online with regards to Harry and Meghan, and also I didn't want to give them any more airtime than they deserve. They really don't deserve all the airtime they get for a couple of twits. There's great people out there doing great things who get much less airtime. My disclaimer, all my content is found on the public domain. I operate using the Fair Use Act guidelines and Fair Dealings guidelines. I use my own opinions, which may or may not be true or correct. I acknowledge use of others' materials. This is purely for entertainment purposes and fun and comedy only. Please like, comment with respect, and subscribe. So thank you for tuning in and coming back for a moment. I really just wanted to air a few of my opinions around the Oprah interview. Look, it went for 2 hours. I have to confess I didn't see the whole thing. We're going to start with puppies. Whew, calm down, because I get so worked up about these two overprivileged twits that I just get angry, I'm like all of you out there. I go to work every day. I work hard at my house. I work hard at my job. I'm frugal with my money, and I don't get anything for nothing. So, what can I say? Start calm. Start with puppies. So relax. Next, I want to start on another positive note, and that's around something that I really liked with Meghan, is that beautiful, like a dove dress that she wore in New Zealand, I think it was, on that tour. I love that dress. I really wish she'd have worn it again. She just looked beautiful, graceful, pretty, and I thought, wow, so much potential for this girl. Wearing that so well and elegantly, and, even though I didn't like it that much, I want to give people credit where credit's due. But now, look what she was wearing in that Oprah interview. Black and white, but blah. It looked like those birds in that dress had actually pooped on the dress that she's wearing. I know. See, I can't even say anything positive about it. Anyway, so, look, I just wanted to go in around the Oprah interview and just give you my take on it. And as I said, I haven't seen the whole thing. I really don't have 2 hours to sit through it. So I've gathered snippets here, there, and everywhere. Now, some of it may be out of context, but I'm just going to give you my opinion, so bear with me. If you hate it, just switch it off, okay? So, first of all, I just wanted to focus on a couple of things they said. In particular, and this is in no particular order at all, but when Oprah did that, were you being silent or silenced? I found that kind of provocative. So everybody would have known what the answer was going to be. So I feel like it was all organised and rehearsed, for want of a better term. I think this is all set up by Oprah from the beginning when they got married, because why on earth would Oprah have gone to their wedding in the first place? So that was a red flag for me when Oprah was at the wedding, knowing that this would come about. It's been in the plans for a long time, and they were just waiting for a really good time to dump it out there in the media. Look, everybody gets silenced in the royal family. So, it's nothing new. She got married into the royal family. She was the one who decided that, yes, I can handle this. Yes, I'm tough stuff. Blah, 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 blah. All those discussions were had with all of her courtiers beforehand. And so the fact that she's being silenced is, one, nothing new. And two, she wanted it. She wanted it. She was warned by everybody about how dangerous it was for her mentally to be in the royal family. Moving on, going back to the royal family, I don't see this as anything for the royal family, because they certainly didn't have much to say about Andrew. He's just been hidden away, pedophile criminal that he is, allegedly. So, I don't know why the royal family are upset about it. I don't even care less. So when Meghan was talking around the birth of Archie, now she would have known, again, going into the marriage, that the expectation was to have children. Now let's put aside the fact that it potentially could have been allegedly a surrogate. Discussing that there's going to be no security and no title for the child, and the skin colour was, discussed. Look, the skin colour thing. Look, anyone can tell you that a doctor could possibly tell you the likely colour of the skin of a child between those two based on genetics. It's a no-brainer. So why it was a discussion is beyond me. Really, like that baby potentially is only 1/4, like not black American. So you got to think 3/4 white, predominantly white. Like it's not even something anyone would discuss. That's such a stupid thing. No title, no security. Well, I don't know. She's been ticking around with that birth certificate for ages. Recently, she's taken her actual name and just left her title on the birth certificate. Now, look, for all people who truly have mental health problems, I do too. And we have it all at different times in our life, different levels of severity. We all reach out when we need to. Some of us don't, and it ends badly. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody who's gone through that. People with mental health problems absolutely should seek help. They should speak to people that they love, and those people that they love should really support them the best they can. So, the mention about the suicide and that she didn't want to, well, she didn't say suicide, but she said she didn't want to live any longer or didn't want to be alive any longer, and those constant thoughts disturbed me in the sense that she's surrounded, by everybody, anybody, like anybody she could have reached out to would have assisted her. She reached out to her husband, who did nothing. She said that when she was had her job, at my old job where there was a union, there was somewhere to go, but there wasn't here. So in my mind, she was relating back to this, the monarchy, or her term, the firm, as a job, and there was no one to talk to. I find it very hard to believe. Back in the Diana days, I'm sure they learned more around mental health support, and it's way out there these days. So I don't know. I was around the 80s. Anyone studying to be a psychologist would scare me. Just because, we didn't talk about that sort of stuff. So people talk about it every day. I have work buddies now that are younger than me, and they talk about their mental health on a daily basis. I'm like, geez, this is how we are nowadays. Wow, it's new, it's good. So, she has her best friend, Serena. Her own father came out and said, look, if she didn't ignore us, then we would have definitely helped her, but she won't connect with us. She dumped us, he said. So, you can't sort of have your cake and eat it too. If you're lonely and you've got no support, then reach out. The entire two nations, America, anyone in America and anyone in the UK would have helped her had they known. So, I don't know. I didn't like the way she smiled. That little, it's called Duper's Delight. And when someone is lying, the slight end of the corners of their mouth turn up, just a micro expression. And I saw that twice in the elements of the interview I saw, and that was when she didn't want to live anymore. I saw that, and the other time when she was complaining about her being the one that cried, not Kate. So that's 2 times I saw Duper's Delight on her. Again, I'm no expert, it's my humble opinion, but I've watched some body language videos, and they often go through what a Duper's Delight is, and you'll see, like, not comparing Meghan to a killer, but people who are on death row or whatever, and they're telling a lie, trying to get out of something, you'll see, not death row, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I wasn't pleased about that bit. The tabloid scrutiny. Look, she's going to get tabloid scrutiny, but that's what she wanted. She wanted to be in the tabloids, but she didn't think people would like her, and I've said it before. So, being miserable and lonely, yes, you can be miserable and lonely in a marriage or in any situation. Definitely, I'm not taking that away from her. But there wasn't any need to be miserable and lonely. She had everything she wanted. she could have arranged her life how she wanted it to be, but she's got to remember, she's the one that wanted it. She wanted it. She didn't say, hey, Harry, let's not jump in and get married straight away. She wanted it. Next, Kate. So Kate crying, and apparently it was Meghan's fault, but Meghan, again, had the deepest delight and said, yeah, no, actually she made me cry. Honestly, I don't think anybody could make Meghan cry unless she's getting paid for it, and that's my full stop on that. Let's also remember that she refers to them as the firm, which is, again, a disturbing way to refer to the monarchy. It's really disrespectful. It's like it's a job. And then they originally wanted to leave and go to America to escape the public eye, but what she didn't realise is no one would give her a job. She thought she'd become this big Hollywood star. Well, coincidentally, Hollywood got broken and died. In the meantime, that's another story. And alternatively, anyone who she approached for work, she was hanging around Tom Cruise and all those people, she's too dodgy. She's too unpredictable. There's too many people who feel very strong things about her, and it's risky for someone to put her in a movie because she could make or break a movie, essentially, on how people feel about her. Forget about the content of the movie. And then coming on and doing more interviews saying that that's what they wanted to do is escape the public eye. I mean, Oprah got paid $7 million to do this interview for CBS. And I credit CBS. I've taken some footage from those snippets from the interview just to be demonstrative of my points. So I think there's probably any 99% chance that Meghan and Harry got some of that $7 million. How much? Who knows? Probably a lot. That's all I'm going to say about that. The other thing I wanted to comment on is she commented that no one would help. Again, she's got no supportive evidence around what she did or didn't do. Like if you did really have a problem, you'd go like to a current affair with all your documents and say, boom, I went to my job, I asked for help, here's all the emails, and this is what they did for me. This is what they replied. There's no case to answer for. They're just bitching and complaining about being privileged yet again. And Oprah Winfrey's right in there down in a dirty mud with them. So that's, I disrespect Oprah Winfrey for getting involved in all this, bringing this sort of more of this Black Lives Matter garbage to the forefront. And lastly, I just wanted to mention around the announcement of the baby girl that Meghan is pregnant and Harry. So, I don't know. I think Meghan's about 45 now in real life. So, let's see if she'll be wandering around with the attached bump. I believe it will be. I don't really believe that she can carry a baby. That's my opinion. So, and does anybody care whether they're having a baby? I mean, we never see Archie. So, it's just not a big deal. Some poor suffering fools are going to have to get involved in another story around a pregnancy and create the illusion that it's real. Anyways, sorry, Meghan, if I'm wrong. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to leave you with a couple of the two clips from CBS and Harpo, thank you, where you see the duper's delight. So I'll leave you with those snippets there to take a quick look at, so you know what I'm referring to. And you know what? Have a nice day. See ya.